Mayor Brown is refuting Trump's claims and praising the vice president.
If I had a nickel for every time someone said refuting Donald Trump's claims, I wouldn't have to do YouTube videos. Just kidding, I would still do them for you because I love deconstructing all of his lies and destroying his chances to win. In this breaking story, I'm going to deconstruct yesterday's whopper about a near-death experience in a helicopter with Willie Brown, and I'm going to do it with Willie's own humorous reaction about that and another lie, and I'll share that video with you in just a minute. Yesterday's crazy and unscripted mess of a press conference at Mar-a-Lago was comically described like this by the team at MSNBC.
The announcement on the press conferences could have been a Truth Social post, right? But clearly, former President Trump wanted to get out there. They invited members of the media to come for what they described initially as a press event. The Harris campaign suggested that he was essentially so eager for the spotlight to turn back to him that he was throwing what they described as a temper tantrum in front of the media.
Which had more false things in it than we could fact check across the balance of this program.
In all, there were 9 major lies that the New York Times described as blatantly false, and 7 more they described as misleading, exaggerated, lacks evidence, or needs more context. Every news organization now has a tally of his lies the second he steps away from any microphone. And yesterday's event was a twofer with regards to former San Francisco Mayor Willie Brown, and I have his rejection of the lies for you in a few seconds. But first, here's that clip that proves Trump's pathological persistence.
Well, I know Willie Brown very well. In fact, I went down in a helicopter with him. We thought maybe this is the end. We were in a helicopter going to a certain location together, and there was an emergency landing. This was not a pleasant landing, and Willie was he was a little concerned. So I know him pretty well. I mean, I haven't seen him in years, but he told me terrible things about her. But this is what you're telling me anyway, I guess. But he had a big part in what happened with Kamala. But he I don't know, maybe he's changed his tune, but he was not a fan of hers very much at that point.
And John Bolton, former Trump ally, characterized Trump's performance and penchant for misinformation this way.
Yeah, look, Trump can't tell the difference between what's true and what's false. It's not that he lies a lot, because to lie, you have to do it consciously. He just can't tell the difference. So he makes up what he wants to say at any given time. If it happens to comport with what everybody else sees, well, that's fine. And if it doesn't comport with anybody else, he doesn't really care. And he's had decades of getting away with it. So in his mind, the truth is whatever he wants it to be.
And now for Willie Brown's reaction. He didn't seem to mind getting ambushed with the question while out to eat to straighten the record.
So you were not in a helicopter with him that almost crashed?
No.
That's your answer, right? Okay.
He's dreaming.
Okay. I have heard you talk about Kamala Harris in only the most respectful, amazing ways. He's implying that you had negative things to say, maybe even locker room talk. Why would he say that?
Well, first and foremost, I could not envision thinking of Kamala Harris in any negative way. She was a good friend, long time ago, absolutely beautiful woman, smart as all hell, very successful, electorally speaking. I was a part of every campaign that she's ever been involved in, supported her religiously, and will still do so, and I am just looking forward for the next 89 days. I just can't wait to get her in as president.
So, in a debate situation, who would you put your money on?
I would think it will probably be unfair for her to debate Trump. He is so inept at debating. The absence of knowledge is appalling. I'm looking forward to hearing the announcement because I'm going to Vegas and I'm going to put every nickel that I have on the results of that debate, and it'll all be on Kamala Harris.
There's some speculation that Trump is confusing Willie Brown with Jerry Brown, who he shared a helicopter with while surveying California wildfires during Trump's presidency. And sure, why not? Willie and Jerry are practically doppelgangers. But Jerry Brown has come out to say the ride was smooth. And Gavin Newsom, who was also present, noted that Trump spent a good portion of the helicopter ride commenting about how they might crash. And there lies a possibility that is much more concerning. Kirk Murphy said on X, Brain Doc here, Trump showed textbook confabulation, symptom of his cognitive impairment. Confabulation is a memory error consisting of production of fabricated or distorted memories about oneself or the world, generally associated with brain damage or dementias. And the Daily Beast recently reported Trump's speeches may show signs of dementia and cognitive decline, top experts say. Andrew Butson, a neurology professor at Boston University, said Trump's tendency to veer off script is likely to do with the frontal lobe, the region of the brain most often affected by aging. He said the habit of jumping around in conversation might reflect poor sleep, ADHD, or possibly be a sign of approaching Alzheimer's. There are absolute changes occurring without any doubt. I think all of that is possible, but it's on top of the narcissistic personality disorder and pathological line that has always been there and was amplified when he became a politician. So now I want to know, what's your theory around Trump's weird derangement, and do you think it's getting worse? Please comment below. I'm Dan, and I'll see you next time, and until then, let's continue to occupy democracy.